Let's, before we get on to some of the big games this weekend, let's have a quick word about the Champions League draw from last Friday. Champions League draw, which sees on one side of the grid Real Madrid and Chelsea and Man City and Bayern Munich, but on the other, Inter taking on Benfica and Milan up against Napoli. Now, James, you've already gone big with your prediction for the final, which you've got down as, checks notes, Real Madrid-Inter.
I'm just going to leave the room, by the way. I'm not needed for this chat.
No, I think I can make a case.
Come on,
Go on.
It's that Inter are a cup team, or at least they have been under Simone Inzaghi, who is a cup manager.
Right.
He's won the Super Cup so many times, which is, we all know, the most important trophy in world football. He's won the Coppa Italia. He's in a cup semi-final. And who was the first team that beat Napoli this season? It was
Liverpool.
There is that.
Yeah.
But in the league, James, Simone Inzaghi, I mean, if that Liverpool can beat Napoli, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Napoli got knocked out of the cup by Cremonese. Okay, it was a scratch Napoli side. But when Cremonese took them to extra time, Spalletti did put on the big
But do you
guns.
genuinely
So
think Inter are going to get past Benfica?
Yeah, how are they going to do it? Okay, let's say Inter beat them over 2 games.
I mean, they've got
how?
enough good players to do this, who've got enough Champions League experience.
Yeah, but what's
over
the
last
tactic
6
then?
years.
Do you play? Do you just defend and then hope for the
The
best?
same that beat Napoli at San Siro in the first game back in 2023. You know,
Yeah.
It's a game that
look,
they might have not won either.
The thing is, everybody
Yes.
it's Napoli going to do the treble, which they can't because they got knocked out of the cup by Cremonese.
Right.
I would not be surprised if Inter were to make the final. It's entirely in their sort of DNA. It's entirely in Inzaghi's DNA to do this.
All right.
And Inter will have to still play the best team in the league because they're fighting for that top 4. When Napoli have won they've won the league already, so they can even rotate.
What are they saying in other countries? What was the reaction to the draw in Germany, Rafa?
A sigh,
Right.
because it was the worst possible draw for Bayern. They didn't want Man City and Pep, and they certainly didn't want Real in a possible semi-final. They'd be favourites, I guess, in a final, but to get there won't be.
It's amazing Raf didn't get more out of Bayern, given there's a mole in the dressing room.
Yeah.
And all Raf could discern was a sigh, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, you have to protect your sources, James.
Protect them all.
This is a reference to Sportbild showing some tactical diagrams that Nagelsmann had used before the Bochum game. And Nagelsmann saying, there is a person, I don't think it's a player, but there's a person that must have been alone in the dressing room and is not on. And even said to the journalists, okay, you're hurting us domestically, but you're also hurting this team potentially internationally. Should you really be publishing this?
Yeah.
I don't think it was that much of a big secret, though, how he played against Bochum with a flat back 3, etc. I think Pep Guardiola will be okay, having not seen those diagrams.
Alvaro, Spanish take?
Okay, there is an understanding that the big European sides are in the side of Bayern, Real Madrid and all that, but I think that there is not enough understanding in Spain of how good Napoli is and how good Benfica is as well.
Or how good Inter are.
We're talking about Napoli, we're not talking about Benfica. Really, we're not talking about Benfica here.
Yeah.
Benfica are doing so well in Portugal that the league is pretty much won for them. In the Champions League, they went through easily in a very tough group. Juve knows about that. And Inter had many problems against Porto, and Porto is very far away from Benfica in the league. So watch with them.
And in Portugal as well.
Yeah, there is a distance.
So have you booked
there is a gulf.
Have you booked your trip to Istanbul, James?
Of course.
75% chance of making
3
it?
out of 4 in that side of the draw.
I can't wait.
What about the reactions to the Champions? Did they pay much attention to the Champions League draw in
It's
France?
all about the Europa Conference League for us.
Right.
Nice,
Okay.
against Basel.
Nice getting Basel.
Yeah, we're very happy with that draw. We talked a lot about it in France on Friday. And that's the biggest competition, really, this season left. So we're all fine.
Galtier's old club.
Who?
The Marseille guy.
Marseille guy, old club, yeah.
The
Wish him
Marseille
best.
guy.
Far from my club.
The Totally Football Show podcast is available 3 times a week, bringing you all the football news you could reasonably be expected to care about. We've got views, we've got stats, we've got analysis, we've got some of the best football writers around, and the whole thing is absolutely free. So have a listen on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or all the usual places by clicking on the link below.